Well, we're still on our 9th of July video, Wednesday, and we're reliving our past. And part of that past was the building behind, which is, well, it was called the Trafalgar, the Traff, and people now refer to it as the Parrot, but there's absolutely no sign on it at all. So, and it doesn't actually bring back any memories. I really don't remember that building at all. So, yeah, things do change, don't they? Anyway, we're at the more industrial side of St Sampson's, and on the right-hand side of these big containers here, it's the Guernsey Electric Company. Which sounds a bit industrial as well. I think they're knocking the building down right next to me. So I'm guessing all of this is to do with generating electricity, and these are probably storage tanks for diesel fuel, I'm guessing. And then just in front of us we've got the harbour, and we used to bring the boys here. A friend of ours, another George, and we used to call him George the Fish. I can't remember his surname, but he had a fishing boat here, and he would take the boys out and we'd give him a little bit of money for that. And they used to have a little fishing trip out on a boat.
I don't remember going on the boat.
No. They used to catch the boat, catch the fish, bring them back, and they would gut them and clean them. Because we used to take a fishmonger, didn't we, from Stoke-on-Trent, do you remember? There was a fishmonger that used to go to the pub with us, and he used to come on holiday with us as well. And, well, George's fishing boat would be in this harbour somewhere. I'm sure George is no longer with us. He was getting close to retirement in those days, and that's over 40 years ago. But you can see how this harbour is just hewn out of the rocks here.
And Derek and Madge as well that came.
Yeah, they bought a ship from Western.
Queenie.
The other place we want to visit, and I'm told that it's all closed up, is directly opposite, and you can just see the letters E and G on it. That's where we're going. More fortifications here, and I believe there is a castle around there. Yeah, some buildings here. That's a lovely building, but fallen into disrepair. Anyway, we're going to walk around. It's a bit industrial, this area, so I'm going to turn the camera off and we'll catch up as we get a bit further round. Just before I do that, just show you the blue building over here, which is the electricity company. This is Guernsey Electric. So I'm imagining this is the only electric company and the only place where they generate electricity on the island. Anyway, I do need to change batteries, so I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So there's the blue building. That looks really quite, well, I'm not sure about the colours. It's very bright. So St Sampson is like the second town of Guernsey, and there is no other.
Stoke.
That's it, yeah. And there are literally a handful of shops here. Maybe a couple of banks and that sort of thing. There are some public toilets which are quite handy. And we've seen on the beaches, actually, just going up to Langras and onto Pembroke, and public toilets there as well. So, very useful. That's the offices of the Guernsey Electric Company, and on this side we've got the shipyard, the boatyard. And this is the bus, or one of the buses. They run regularly, so there's always buses going past if you need a bus. And this bus stop just around the corner is called the Bridge. And if you want to go to St Peter Port, you just look for one that says town on it. And all the buses end up going to the town. Joyce's over there. That's a big department store. It's a very loud motorbike. They do have a lot of loud motorbikes, I seem to remember here. And oh, we've got a Costa across the road, a card shop, body and soul, even a Boots pharmacy.
On this side.
And this is going to cross over. I'll look at the shops from a distance. Now this little area is called the Bridge. I guess it may have been a bridge, or is a bridge, I don't know. That's the harbour. You can see how low the water gets here. Beautiful flowers again. See the fish. There's lots of fish swimming around down there. Lots and lots of them. Stone is dated 1893, and this stone to commemorate the visit of, that must be the one on the top, Queen Elizabeth II. That one's dated 1989. And we've got more bunting. Bunting, of course, all about liberation and the celebration. So we've got motor shop, car accessories. We've got a Chinese. They've got a lifeboat. Oh, there's more shops than I thought here. And Lloyd's Bank in the corner. Mariners Inn. I don't remember that one. Not one we used to go to. We did used to come down to a fish and chip shop, and used to get our fish and chips. The Guernsey shop is somewhere down one of these streets, I think. Well, we've just walked down to the Guernsey shop, and Anita's managed to buy a Guernsey cardigan. While we were in there, there was another couple who were looking at the Guernseys, and then actually the lady, she particularly wanted the one that Anita's now got, but it wasn't quite her size. Anyway, we were chatting away and asking where they were staying. They said, oh, we're camping. Oh, we used to camp here. Where are you from? Stoke on Trent. We used to bring school groups here. And it turns out that John used to teach at the same school as Anita. How much of a coincidence is that? So they used to teach at the same school at the same time, and we used to come to Guernsey at the same time. We used to come with a different school, so we've just been for a coffee with them, and been just reflecting over all the people that we know in common. Lots of people that we know together, and it's been a really lovely afternoon. So thank you. Special. And they just told us they're camping here. Well, not quite camping, they're glamping, I suppose you might call it. And given us some tips for another visit to Guernsey. So we might be back, and we might be staying somewhere different next time. Anyway, we're still in St Sampson's, so let me turn the camera around. So there we are. We walked past all those shops, and the Guernsey shop is just down there, and the lady was so helpful. Anyway, so Anita's got a Guernsey cardigan, and now I've got a Guernsey jumper, and I really wanted to come down just this side. Again, it's bringing back lots of lovely memories of our time here back in the early 80s, late 70s and early 80s. There's actually more shops here than I thought. So we've got a friend, and she's written to us to tell us that her cousin, is it, used to live in the clock tower. Oh yes, yes. And there's the clock tower. It's traditionally the harbour master's residence. Not sure whether he was the harbour master at the time. Oh, a computer shop. Might have to have a look in there. A few shops, and the tide's coming back in, so the water's going up to 4 o'clock, and we've been out since about, what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
10, 11 o'clock this morning. Talking about properties here, and incredible prices. We think property's expensive in Spain, and it's just the same here, if not more. Indian restaurant, I don't think there were any Indian restaurants when we used to
go.
go.
Bus stop there, we can go to that bus stop. There's one supposed to be cheap.
Thai food. We're nearly at the place I want. Just to point out, unfortunately, it's not going to be open. Bathrooms. One of the first places I brought Anita when we came here was this building here on the right, which is now closed down and derelict, but it's the English and Guernsey, and it's a pub. But sadly it's all closed down, but at the front they had a bar, and at the back they had a lounge, really quite a nice lounge. But by the side of the lounge there was a skittle alley, and that's where we came. That's where we first met the teacher that had brought me to the island all those years ago. And well, we got on very well, and we got to know him, and years afterwards we would bring children to Mallorca, to Guernsey. Well, this is rushing me, and we managed to get on the bus. There's a bus across the road, so we're on the bus on the way back. So that's it for this video. A real trip down memory lane, and fantastic coincidence. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. So bye for now.